So in this video we will discuss about SAP SuccessFactor architecture. So as we already discussed, the SAP will give the three instances. One is development, preview and the production. So once we done all the configuration in the development system, we need to move for the testing. Okay, so after the successful testing, whether the same thing we can move to the production, or we can move all our configuration to the production system. Okay, so here we have something called push method. It means that so whatever the configuration has been done in the development system, we can push it to the previous system, or we can push it to the development to the production. However, so we don't have the option to where we can pull the configuration, whether we log it to the previous system. In the previous system we cannot map the link to development. However, in the development I can map it to the preview instance or the production instance. So this is the normal architecture of the SuccessFactor. However, some of the big project like where the employees are more than 1,50,000, 2 lakhs and all, so they require lot of testing. So in that case, client request was some more instance. Okay, so whether we can call as the preview 1, okay, preview 2, like that. For all these things, as per my knowledge, they have to pay extra money, or it's a business deal how they will get this access. Okay, so where in one of the project, so we had almost 7 instance. Okay, because it's a huge population, so they have to test all the country specific configuration. Okay, all those things. Because of that reason, so they had an extra instance. Okay, so next discuss about how in SuccessFactor all the modules are integrated. So integration is one of the key point in the SuccessFactor. Okay, so if we take like LMS or the succession module, either PMJ module, even core EC also they can run the application. Okay, for that we need something called basic data. Also we are calling as a UDF. UDF is nothing but user data file. Okay, so once you enter the basic data like first name, last name, hiring date, okay, so date of birth, salutation, okay, so all those data, so based on that data I can run the other applications, whether it could be PMGA module, succession, either LMS, even I can run the compensation, and even I can run the variable pay. Okay, however, so once EC is implemented, okay, so all the data it will flow from EC to basic data, or we are calling as a basic employee profile, either UDF. Okay, whether it could be first name, last name, date of birth, date of joining, all this data it will flow from EC to employee profile. Okay, whatever the data pushed to employee profile, that is the input for the other PMG module. Also, so take another scenario, so where I can directly link to compensation. The compensation can directly link to basic, or they can directly link to the EC also. So once a successful run, take for example scenario where the appraisal cycle. So once the appraisal cycle is completed, so respective employee's basic salary will be get changed. So once they get changed, I can straight away I can push data to the EC module. Okay, so this is how in the SuccessFactor other modules are integrated. So when you are pushing data from EC to basic, we have something called HRIS sync. Okay, so we have 3 kinds of things. I will explain you that. So HRIS means Human Resource Information System. Okay, nothing else. Human Resource Information System. So HRIS sync. It means that whatever the data entered in the EC, that will be synced to the employee profile. Okay, the sync can be 2 types. One is standard sync, Another one is the custom sync. The standard sync, for example, first name, last name, date of birth, date of firing. So we have some set of fields that automatically it will sync from EC to employee profile. Okay, so another sync is custom. So in case if you added any of the one custom field in the EC module, that should be synced to the employee profile, whether it could be standard field or custom field in the employee profile. Okay, for this we need to do the mapping between the fields. Okay, got it? There are two kinds of sync. One is standard sync and custom sync. For standard field you no need to do the mapping, system automatically will sync. For however custom we need to map it. Okay, so in the custom sync we can expect the four combination. Okay, I will put it in other way around. So we can take the four kind of syncing. One is, I will put it like this, EC and employee profile or UDF. So here we have the standard. In EC also we have the standard fields. So here we have the standard, here we have the custom. Okay, so here we have the custom field. So here also we have the custom field. Another combination is custom to standard. For except this, for remaining combination we have to do the mapping. So one is I already explained for standard, like first name, last name, date of birth and all those things. For example, we have something called standard. So we have something called location and location group. Okay, so that data should be synced to employee profile. So we can create one custom field in the employee profile, we can sync. Okay, and also we have created one custom field in EC, and again we have created another custom field in employee profile. This one, for this also we need to do the mapping. So we have the custom, we have the standard fields. See, for example, standard field division. Okay, so by standard it automatically sync, but when it's syncing from EC to employee profile, system syncs both code and name of the division. However, the clients requested that they want to sync only the code. So in that case, I can put some logic in EC, so I can pass the only the code into the respective another custom field. That field can be synced to the standard fields. So in that case, I can sync only the division. Okay, so these are the four expected combination we can expect in the real-time project. Okay, now coming to the sync. The syncs happen two types. One is real-time sync, one is future sync. For example, if I do any changes in the EC, it could be related to past or present, it will sync immediately to the employee profile field. However, if it is, for example, if I do any changes in the future dated, for example, take scenario job information. So for next month, 1st of September, I am creating one transfer request. So he is moving from X department to the Y department from 1st of September. Okay, so when this date is reached, that time only data it will flow to the employee profile. Till that time, whichever the department is presently working, that department will be there in the employee profile. Okay, for the future sync, we have to schedule one job in the provisioning. Okay, that is called HRIS sync job. So now you got it why the provisioning is required. Okay, so whichever I'm going to discuss, everything I'm going to show in the system. But before going to actual system, if you have the better understanding of the system, then we are doing any configuration in the system is easy to understand. Okay, so now it is clear about the syncing part, how other modules are run. So based on the basic data and how data it will flow from EC to employee profile, either basic data, and what kind of combination we can expect from EC to EP, and what kind of sync. Okay, so we have two kinds of sync. One is real-time sync, another one is the future sync. Okay, for the future, remember that we have to schedule the job, that is called HRIS sync. So now let's discuss about the core EC. Okay, so in the EC we have to we need to understand the some of the important functionality, like how would we configure the workflows. Okay, for example, workflow. So how will manage the data in the system, data of an employee. Okay, so first let's take about how we maintain the data of an employee. So in the success factor, so we have something called portlet. Okay, it is mean nothing but, so they created different sections in the success factor. For all personal information, we have something called screen personal information portlet. So we are calling as a personal information portlet. So we have the fields like first name, last name. Okay, for gender. So these are the data which is related to personal information. So that is the reason they put those fields into the personal information portlet. Okay, so we have something called biographical information. Okay, so the biographical information is captured, national birth, country of the birth, date of birth. Okay, like that. Okay, so those are the fields which you captured in the biographical information portlet. Okay, so if I want to update my dependents like father, mother, spouse, either any of the children, so we have the something called dependents portlets. Dependents portlet. Okay, so portlet is nothing but segregation of the screen, or segregation of the fields into the respective section. Okay, if you assume that all the fields are put it into the one screen, it's easy to read and easy difficult to maintain the system. So that is the reason they have splitted the sections. Okay, so and also these sections, it will helpful for the workflows. So assume that, so biographical information, it will never get changed, like country of the birth, date of the birth, it will never get changed. Once they hide till the termination, the data, it will never get be changed. However, take the real-time scenario like personal information. Someone is single at the time of joining. However, after few months or the few years, he'll get married. Okay, once you maintain the, as an employee himself, when you are going to maintain the data in the system should take then approval from the HR. Okay, so when employee is changing from single to married, the system, it will trigger the workflow. Okay, so that configuration we could able to achieve in the respective portlets. In the success factor, only few portlets are, it will support it for the workflow, not all the portlets. Okay, so it depends on the scenario. Once you start configuring, you'll come to know so why these portlets are configured in such a way that support for the workflow, and why not. Like personal contact information like phone number, if I can frequently, I can change. If I want to get any information, definitely I should update it my the working phone, either working email, otherwise I will not get it. So finally, who is the loser? Employee will be the loser. Okay, so that is the reason, so they have segregated the portlet. So now we need to understand what is ESS and MSS. See, ESS means employee self-service, manager means, MSS means manager self-service. So not only this terminology, in industry these are the terminology commonly used. Okay, as an employee himself, he can go and update some of the things, as well as manager, he can update something, like for example promotion activities, transfer activities. These things will be done from the manager, not from the employee. As an employee, if you would like, he can update the dependent, the phone information, email ID. Also, he can update his PAN number, other number, all those things. those are all called as an employee self-service. Okay, so manager will do the different activity which is not accessible by ESS. Okay, as a or as an employee. So also we have some of the functionality like position management. So we have the global assignment. We have concurrent employment. So I already mentioned workforce and all, it could be done from the consultant. So we have the something called RBP. So RBP is nothing but role based permission. So just now I explained about ESS and MSCs. So system it will be controlled based on the, as an employee what could be done in the system, as a manager what could be done, as an administrator what could be done, as an HR what could be done. So the whole system can be controlled based on the rules. So take real time like employee, as a manager, as a HR, or as a something called local admin. Okay, the complete system can be controlled as per the business need. Okay, so also we have something called document generation, where EMSA himself, if you want like address proof, salary certificate, they can go and generate it. So also we have something called custom email notification. Okay, in the success factor we have the standard notification, but still the clients would need the different email for different content. Okay, then we can go with custom email notification. Okay, so like that we have so many functionalities. So if I go further, so we have something called loans and advances. So in EC module, again it's, I would say these are the subtopics like time off, benefits, timesheet. See, these are all the option in the success factor. But time off, if the client using the different software like Chronos Workforce, they can go for that. For time off and timesheet. Okay. For benefits, if they're using any of the other third party application also, they can use. Okay, so that is the reason I'm telling this is not the mandatory topics which we need to be implemented in the success factor. Okay, so still using the other application we can run these topics or functionalities. Okay, so now let's discuss about the terminologies. So one of the frequently using is portlets, so which is I already discussed. So another one is pick list. So it means that, so any of the employee or in real time, if someone would like to searching for a job, if someone goes to the Naukri and all, so they will, if for example if they need to update their nationality, so in that particular field the system automatically give the predefined values like India, okay, USA, like that. So those are the values we are calling as a pick list. So why we need the pick list? To maintain the uniformity or accuracy of the data. If we give it as an open text, some person will maintain all big letter, okay, or someone will maintain all small letter, okay, someone will maintain like this INDI here, like that. So because of inconsistency, so if they want to maintain the consistency in the system, so we can define the pre-value. Apart from that, they cannot use any values. Okay, so here we have something called association. So I will discuss about what is association. So we have something called RBP, role based permission, workflow. So we have something called FO. FO is nothing but foundation object, or MDF FO. So this is very important, used to define the structure of the company. Okay, so take example, real time, as an employee he belongs to which division, which department, is working under which business unit, which cost center. So all this configuration we are configuring in the using this terminology or this place. Okay, and we have something called job classification. So what is this job function, job subfunction? Okay, so all those things we are capturing in the job classification. So also in the previous video, beginning of the video, I mentioned that data model. Okay, so data model used to configure the portlets. Okay, so we have the standard portlets. Apart from that, if I would like to create any custom portlets and all, so then we will use the MDF concept. MDF is nothing but metadata framework. Okay, so these are some of the normal terminology which we are going to use in the EC module when we are discussing or when you are configuring the system. Okay, so next one, let's understand about the portlets, some more things. So in the portlets we have two kinds of portlets. Okay, two types of portlets. So which I am going to discuss, those are very important, and those are the interview questions also. Those are really you can expect those questions in the certification also. Okay, so in two types of portlets, so one is effective dated, another one is non-effective dated. Okay, so it's nothing but, see, whatever you do the changes in the system, all the history will be maintained in the effective dated. So non-effective dated, which I already mentioned, like example biographical information, this is the non-effective dated. At any point of time, date of birth, country of the birth, it will never get be changed. So because of that reason, so in the success factor we have segregated two types of portlets. One is effective dated and non-effective. So I can give another best example for the effective dated, job information. From 2019, it is for example June, I joined the XYZ organization. Okay, from this year June or coming next month, so I'll get a promotion. So I will mention that first June only. Okay, got promoted. So if I go to the job information, I could see both the records based on the effective till 1st June or before June is just a high XYZ level. Okay, 1st of June to 2020 he got promoted, so he occupied a different position. Okay, so I can see the complete history from hiring to termination, okay, of an employee. So that is called effective dated portraits. So we will discuss furthermore okay, why it is, how RBP plays major role in effective and non-effective dated, all those things. But this is an overview or terminology, so which we should know before entering to the system. So in the next video, so we will discuss about how to create the super admin, basic navigation of the system. Okay, also discuss about the data models. Okay, so hope that so you enjoyed this video.